Hello and good morning, everyone. Things that we'll need this morning will be your yoga mat, a piece of paper and pen, because we're going to do some journaling prompts this morning, yoga blocks, and then of course your water. So I'll let you get situated and then I'll meet you in a seated position in the middle of your mat. All right, before we get started, let's go ahead and grab a sip of water together. Once you're ready and seated in the middle of the mat, let's go ahead and just plant our hands on our knees. As you sit here, I want you to relax totally into your mat. So that can mean if your shoulders round forward, if your spine is a little curved, I want you to relax the hips into the mat, relax the knees, maybe wiggle out your toes a little bit, let your body know that you're here, and then relax. I want you to focus in on your breath right now. And it's okay if your mind begins to wander. That's very, very natural. But if your mind begins to wander, just go ahead and acknowledge the thoughts that surface through your mind. And then go ahead and move back into focusing in on your breath. Feel free to also have your eyes closed or your eye gaze down at your lap. As you sit here, I want you to take a scan through your body, starting from the crown of your head, moving through your forehead into your cheeks, into your jaw. Is there any area in the top part of the body that is holding on to any stress? Do you feel like you're clenching your jaw? Or are you able to relax your jaw? Is your forehead and cheeks relaxed? Moving into the shoulders, are your shoulders relaxed or do you feel a little tension? Where are your hands and your fingers? Focusing in on your chest cavity, how is your breathing? Do you have shallow breaths? Quick breaths? How is your belly feeling this morning? Does it feel full and happy? Or full and bloated? Does it feel hungry? Does it feel just right? How are your hips feeling? Are they too holding on to stress and tension, or are they relaxed in your mat? Cycling into your knees, into your ankles and your toes. Let's go ahead and surface all the way back up to the crown of your head. Take another scan through, focusing in on your breath at the same time. Hopefully at this point you're feeling a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more sunken into your mat and into a comfortable seated position. From here, I'll have you go ahead and plant your hand or your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly. And here too, still keep the shoulders relaxed, still keep your position that feels good and comfortable. And we'll focus in on our block breathing. So block breathing, I challenge you to inhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 2, and then slowly exhale through the count of 4. Let's go ahead and do that on our first round together. as you relax into that fourth count? Do you feel like you could have inhaled longer and also exhaled longer? On our second round, let's go ahead and try just that. Inhale longer, hold for 2, exhale longer as well. Once you've completed that second breath, go ahead and take a couple of natural or neutral breaths in between, remembering that number that you just inhaled and exhaled. And on our third round, let's focus on that same number. From here, let's go ahead and relax our hands away onto our lap. And then go ahead and open up your eyes. And let's go ahead and grab our first piece of paper and pen. And then, of course, always feel free to grab a drink of water whenever you need it. All right, so our first journaling prompt is going to be our longest journaling prompt of our yoga practice this morning. And basically what we want to do is we want to lay the foundation of transitioning into the seasons. We can clearly see that our seasons are transitioning. It's lighter out, it's getting warmer out. However, there's still snow on the ground and we can't quite sit out on our deck at 7 p.m. right now. But so much is happening in our lives and so much has happened throughout our hibernation season, which is winter. So I want to take this time to really have you focus in on what's something deep underneath the surface in your life, whether it's work, relationships, maybe it's your own personal journey, whether it's health or your mental wellness. What is something that you've been working on throughout the winter that you planted the seed, you haven't quite seen it flourish, you haven't quite seen it bloom, but you know that come the spring, all of this hard work that you've been working on behind the scenes, underneath the surface, is going to allow itself to bloom and blossom once the spring comes. So let's take some time to focus in on our transition into the season. What is one thing that you've been working on that you're excited to bloom and blossom into the spring? All right, once you're done, again, always feel free to grab a sip of water whenever you need it. But we'll go ahead and set that piece of paper and pen aside. We will be using it again throughout our practice this morning. Here, let's continue to plant our hands on top of our knees. We're going to move into our Sufi rolls, which again is going to allow us to open up the chest and bring in some deep breaths here. So together, I'll have you inhale, move your chest over to the right and forward. And open mouth exhale as you move to the left and center. Okay, let's go 2 more times over to your right side. As you do this, I want you to feel a nice pull in your hips into your lower back. Once you've completed your third round, we'll head over to our left side. So inhaling to your left and forward. Open mouth exhale to your right and center. And once you're done with your third round, go ahead and hold center and then plant your left hand on your right knee. With your right hand, we'll move into our side bends. We'll go for 3 on each side. Inhale, sweep your right arm up and reach towards the sky. Open mouth exhale, release down. And let's go 2 more. Inhale, sweep your arm up. And open mouth exhale. One more time. Switch hands. Right hand is on your left knee. Left hand reaches as you inhale towards the sky. Feel a nice pull on the left side rib cage, and then exhale, sweep your way down. Inhale through the nose. And open mouth exhale. Relaxing your right hand. We'll keep our right foot tucked into our left thigh, but let's extend our left leg out to the side. Go ahead and flex the heel, and then with your left hand, just go ahead and walk your fingertips towards that left foot so the left elbow connects to the left knee. From here, right hand is planted on your right knee. Go ahead and even just draw your way away from that right knee. From here, we're going to move into a very gentle spinal twist as we cartwheel our arms. So we'll take our hands away from our feet, and then I'll have you inhale, cartwheel that left hand over to the right knee, and then about 25% of your effort, just gently gaze behind you. So we're still in our warm-up phase, so really take it easy and gentle on this first spinal twist. Slowly bringing your way back to center. Let's go ahead and walk our left fingertips back to the left foot. Right hand is on the right knee, pushing that right knee away from you, feeling a gentle pull on the lower part of your right back. Now we'll take our right hand and meet our left hand at our left foot. Eye gaze is at your big left toe. Feel even a deeper pull on the lower part of your back. Moving into a spinal twist, we'll cartwheel both of our arms. So I'll have you inhale, sweep both of your arms up. Exhale, left hand on the right knee, gently look behind you. Slowly moving your way to center. Let's go ahead and switch sides. And first round, we'll just walk our right fingers towards our right foot, elbow to knee connect, and then left hand on the left knee, pressing that left knee away from you. Gentle spinal twist. We'll inhale, cartwheel that right arm over to that left knee, about 25% of your effort into your twist. Slowly make your way back to center. Right hand reaches for your right foot, left hand on the left knee. And then from here, we'll have our left hand meet our right hand. Eye gaze is at your right big toe. Gentle spinal twist. We'll inhale, cartwheel both of our arms up and over to our left knee. Gently gaze behind you. Slowly move your way back to center. We're going to move into a seated wide forward fold. So for this one, feel free to grab a yoga block. We'll go ahead and plant it in between our thighs. We'll go ahead and move your sit bones around. Make sure that you're feeling good. Let's flex our heels. From here, we want our elbows or forearms to connect to something. So whether that's a yoga block for you, or you can go ahead and plant your elbows on the floor. Once you're there, go ahead and gently move your way from side to side, getting even a deeper inner groin stretch here. I'll have you relax your way back up. With your yoga block, let's put it at the top of our mat. We will use it in a little bit. And then I'll meet you in a tabletop position. Once you're in your tabletop position, I want you to drive that belly button into the spine so the core is activated. And from here, we'll move into our cat-cow. Inhale, draw the belly down towards the mat. Eye gazes gently towards the ceiling. And then one vertebra at a time, starting at your tailbone, start to tuck the belly button in and then tuck your chin into your spine. 2 more rounds. Inhale, belly button down, eye gazes up. Exhale, tuck the belly button in as well as the chest. One more round. I'll have you go at your own pace. And once you are done, back to your neutral tabletop position, belly button tucks in towards the spine. Moving into our alternating bird dog, I'll have you inhale, reach your right arm, left leg out, really pointing the fingers and pointing the toes behind you. Feel a gentle squeeze of that left glute behind you. On your next exhale, go ahead and drop down, and then we'll inhale, left arm, right leg. Big reach here. And then we'll relax down. Let's move into that alternating sequence. Inhale, arm and leg up. Exhale, back to tabletop. Inhale up and exhale down. One more on each side. And meet me in your tabletop position. Let's go ahead and grab our yoga block and place it in between both of your hands. We'll move into a deep runner's lunge, stretching out our hip flexors. Take your left foot and plant it on the outside of your left hand. Okay, and then this is where you can plant both of your hands on top of the yoga block if it feels necessary. But we'll tuck our right toes under so the right knee elevates. Have a nice straight back, strong shoulders, eye gaze directly in front of you. As you do this, exhale deep into your hips, feeling a nice pull on your right quad, right hip flexor region. Relax your right knee down to untuck your toes. Single leg stretch, so taking your hips and pressing them towards the heel, straightening out your right leg, or left leg, excuse me, trying to keep your hands connected to the yoga block. So nice reach with those arms in front of you. Keeping the left heel down, toes are up, feel a nice pull on the backside of your left leg. Moving into your deep runner's lunge. Slowly inhale your way forward. Exhale as you dig deep into that right quad for your stretch. Single leg stretch. Deep runner's lunge. And we will add to this for your reverse triangle. Keep your right hand planted on top of your yoga block, and then press most of your weight and energy up through your left foot as you exhale to open up your left arm and gaze towards your left middle finger. So I want most of your energy to be up through that left foot, so meaning not a lot of resistance or pressures on your right wrist. Slowly start to relax your left arm down to the yoga block. Single leg stretch, so dropping that right knee down, straightening out that left leg. We're going to add a little bit of a twist on this one as well. So let's take that yoga block, plant it on the inside of your left knee, then your right hand is on top of the block. And we'll move into what's called a bind. So take your left hand, reach behind your back for your right hip. Now look behind or around your left shoulder. As you do this, still keeping that left leg as straight as you can without locking the knee, feeling a deeper pull on the back side of your left leg into the outside of your left hip. Slowly release your left hand. Let's move back to your tabletop position. We'll go ahead and put our yoga block at the top of our mat, but in our tabletop position, I just want you to wag your tail. So imagine you're a puppy, you're excited, owners just came home. Go ahead and wag the tail, anything that feels good for you. Even moving the hips around in the soup bowl. Get those shoulders in there as well. Okay, and then once in our tabletop position, we'll go ahead and place our yoga block back in between both of our hands. Right foot is on the outside of your right hand, tucking your left toes under to elevate the left knee. Eye gaze is in front of you. Let's make sure shoulders are strong and you're feeling that nice pull on the left quad, hip flexor region. And let's drop the left knee down to untuck the toes, single leg stretch. Pressing the hips back, right heel is down, toes are up, keeping the hands planted on the yoga block if you can. Deep runner's lunge. And single leg stretch. And deep runner's lunge, and on our third round, we'll add our reverse triangle. So let's place most of our energy through that right foot. When you're ready, inhale, right arm up towards the sky, gaze towards your right middle finger. And relax your right arm down. Single leg stretch into your bind. Planting that yoga block inside of your right knee. Left hand is on top of the block. Taking your right hand, reaching behind for the left hip. Look to your right and behind you. Slowly making your way back to center. Let's go ahead and move back to your tabletop position, relaxing the yoga block to your side. From here, moving into a child's pose. Try and get those knees about as wide as the mat. Really press the hips back and really walk those fingertips forward. Go ahead and spread the fingers apart, really grounding yourself in this position. From here, we'll move into a puppy pose. So elevating the chest slightly, just gliding your hands forward towards the mat. So you're in a very similar child's pose, but you're really just getting more elongation in the spine, getting your hips up even more. And elevating the chest slightly, kind of walking the hands towards the chest even more. Let's tuck the toes under. We'll move into your downward dog. So exhale, press the hips up. Once you're there, go ahead and pedal out your feet. I'll have you slowly move into a high plank position, and then we'll move into a gentle cobra. So drop the knees down, untuck the toes, slowly start to lower the chin and chest to the floor. Once you're there, elbows and forearms right underneath the shoulders. Gently press the tops of the feet into your mat to squeeze the glutes lightly. Eye gaze is forward. On your next exhale, child's pose. Beginning to elevate the chest, move into your downward dog. Go ahead and pedal out the hips once you're there, or the feet. Slowly move your way back into your high plank position, moving into our gentle cobra by dropping the knees and untucking the toes first, slowly lowering the chin and chest. Elbows right underneath those shoulders, nice and strong shoulders, eye gaze is forward. Again, gently pressing the feet into the mat to squeeze the glutes. And child's pose. into your high plank, downward dog, back to your high plank, meet me in your gentle cobra. And from here, let's meet into a tabletop position again, and then I'll have you sit down in the middle of your mat. We'll go ahead and grab a drink of water here. If you want to grab your pen and paper for me, please. 1 second. All right, so grabbing a sip of water. Our first thing that we focused on in the beginning of our practice was what have we been working on beneath the surface during our hibernation season that we're excited to see it flourish and bloom and blossom when spring comes. Now I want to take a step to the side here and I want us to focus on abundance. Now it's really easy in our daily lives to scoot through our day and think about the things that aren't necessarily going right, all the things that are going wrong, the things that are causing us anxiety or stress. But what about all of the things that are going really, really well for us? What about the things or the people or the events or whatever we're surrounded with that truly brings us joy and happiness? So I want to take that switch and I want us to focus on abundance. So what are a few things in your life, and you can just make a bulleted list of that really bring you joy and happiness and abundance. And it can be as simple as my cozy sheets and my fluffy pillows in my bed, or always having access to fresh water, having the freedom to hop in my car and drive to the store whenever I want, to always have my significant other and their support. So things, again, that bring us joy and happiness and abundance. Write down a few on your paper. Once you're done, feel free to grab another sip of water. All right, we are going to move it into a standing position. So there's a couple different ways that we can do this. Number one, you can move to your tabletop position and then into your kneeling position, and then you can meet me at the top of your mat. Or if you're feeling extra feisty today, you can meet me in your tabletop position and then in your high plank. And then from here, we'll move into a downward dog and walk our hands to our feet. Okay, once you're there, feel free, everyone, however you got there, to meet me at the top of your mat. Once we're here, we'll go ahead and move into our forward folds. So with our feet, knees, and hips together, I want you to perform that pelvic tilt. So tuck the tailbone under, really driving that belly button in and feel the glutes gently squeeze. We'll move into our forward folds. So with our hands heart center, I'll have you inhale with a big sweep of your arms. Reach those arms towards the sky. And then as you exhale, big sweep of those arms again, reaching for the toes. Go ahead and tuck the chin into the chest. If you need a yoga block to go ahead and plant your hands on something, if you're unable to reach the mat, go ahead. And we'll move into our half back. So inhale up, half back. Eye gaze is neutral in front of you. And then exhale again into your forward fold. And one vertebra at a time, slowly start to roll the spine up. Exhaling, shoulders down and back. Go into our second forward fold. Inhale, sweep our arms up, look up, gentle back bend as those arms extend to the sky. And then when you're ready, straighten out that spine and then open mouth exhale, sweep those arms down, forward fold. Inhale, gaze up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And again, let's roll our spine up. Once you're standing, exhale, roll those shoulders down and back, performing that pelvic tilt for me again. Hands heart center. Inhale, sweep those arms up, look up. Open mouth, exhale, arms down, look down. Inhale, gaze up. And exhale, forward fold. And again, let's roll the spine up. And shoulders down and back. All right, keeping our feet and knees together. I'm going to face you. You can position yourself however you need to so you can see me. But we'll move into our side bends. So let's lace our fingers together like we're pointing towards the sun. Softening the knees and engaging the core. The arms are up nice and tall. To the right side first, I'll have you slowly move over to your right. And exhale, come on up. Over to your left. And we'll keep going, focusing in on your breath, focusing in on keeping your knees soft, core engaged, and a gentle squeeze of the glutes. Make sure to really reach those arms as far to the side as you can, making sure that the elbows are right next to the head the whole time. You're not dropping one arm down. You're keeping everything nice and tight. One more time on each side. And I'll have you bring yourself into center and then hold. Releasing your hands from a clasp position. Let's take our left hand, reach it on the right wrist. Go ahead and bend over towards your left and really, really reach and pull. I feel like I'm opposite of you guys. I keep saying my left and it's not. It's your right. So I apologize. When you're ready, go ahead and slowly come on up. Switch so your opposite hand is reaching for the wrist. And then go ahead and pull. Slowly come back to the center. Now just making a prayer position with your hand. We'll move into a gentle back bend. So really making sure the knees are soft on this one. Slowly start to make your way into that back bend. Slowly come back into center and release those arms down. All right, let's all position ourselves so we're at the top of our mat. We'll move into our warrior one first. So let's go ahead and take our right leg back, left leg stays. I want you to move into this warrior one position nice and strong. So making sure weight is going up through that left heel, Got a little bit of a bend in that left knee and that right heel is elevated over the mat. Belly button is in, you're nice and strong, shoulders relaxed down and back. Now from here, we'll bring it into our airplane pose. So I'm gonna have you inhale, really reach those arms nice and tall. And then as you exhale, just a gentle hinge forward, dropping the chest down to sweep your arms past the hips and press the palms towards the sky. Now, main goal here is to make sure that your weight is going up through that left heel, your front foot. Okay, so definitely shift your weight back as you need to, keeping the weight on that left heel. And again, really press those palms towards the sky, working on our triceps, working on our posture. Let's do our airplane pose again. Inhale, arms up into your warrior one. And then open mouth exhale into your airplane pose. Hold here, keep breathing. And again, let's inhale up, warrior one. And exhale, airplane pose. Moving into our warrior two, inhaling, sweeping arms up into that warrior one, and then exhaling into warrior two. So pivoting your back foot to face towards the right side of the room. Relax the arms down and back. Eye gaze is at that left middle finger. We're nice and strong here. And we'll move into a reverse back bend. So right hand on your right hamstring. Left arm gets nice and tall. Warrior two. And reverse back bend. Warrior two. And reverse back bend. Back to your warrior two. Let's pivot our way into that warrior one. Holding nice and strong here. Shoulders relaxed down and back. Weight is on that front left heel. And I'll have you slowly start to step together for that mountain pose. Then we'll reverse it. So left leg is back. We're in that warrior one. Weight is on your right heel. And we'll move into that airplane pose. So inhale, reach those arms up nice and tall. Open mouth exhale, sweep those hands past the hips. Press the palms towards the sky. Just a gentle lean of the chest down. Weight is on your right heel. Inhale, sweep up, warrior one. And open mouth exhale. Airplane pose. And inhale, arms up, warrior one. And an open mouth exhale, airplane pose. Moving into our warrior one and then our warrior two. Reverse back bend, left hand on the left hamstring, right arm is tall. Warrior two. And reverse back bend, inhale to reach, exhale to hold and continue to breathe. And warrior two. Reverse back bend, inhale to reach. And warrior two. Warrior one. And go ahead and step together for your mountain pose, and then relax those arms down. All right, shuffle out those ankles, and let's go ahead and grab your yoga block. We're gonna move into our pigeon pose. So however you need the yoga block positioned, feel free, and however you need to position yourself on the mat. We'll start out with a single leg balance and then our pigeon pose. We're gonna go for 3 rounds on each side here. So starting with our right side, I will have you inhale into your crescent pose, and then exhale into your pigeon. And we'll hold for the count of 3, 2, 1. Let's inhale back up into your crescent pose or single leg balance. Good, and then on your next exhale, pigeon pose. And we're holding for 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, crescent pose. And then on your third round, as you exhale into your pigeon, we're gonna hold a little bit longer here. So get cozy, get comfy, and have you challenge yourself to have the top of the elbows connect to your shins. Every exhale or every other exhale, try and get a little bit deeper into your pigeon pose. Then really focusing in on muscle control and balance, let's slowly move back into your crescent pose. Good, once you're there, let's hold. And if you need to hold on to a wall or grab anything that might feel sturdy for you to hold on to. And then let's slowly exhale to relax. Nice job. Shake it all out here. All right, we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So inhale up opposite leg into your crescent pose. Exhale into pigeon. We'll go ahead and hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. Good, keep breathing as you do this. And then on your next exhale, pigeon pose. Good. Taking your time. If you're in front or behind me or you're not quite on pace with me, that's totally okay. I'm just up here to guide you. All right, let's go into that third and final round here, moving back into your crescent pose. And then into this last pigeon here where we're going to hold a little bit longer. So let's try and challenge ourselves where the tops of the elbows connect to the shins. Every exhale or every other, try and get a little bit deeper. Focusing in on balance and muscle control, move back into your crescent pose. Good, and once you're there, we'll hold here. So again, feel free to hold on to a sturdy object as needed. And then slowly start to relax down. Nice job, everyone. All right, let's go ahead and take that yoga block, set it aside. We're going to transition back down to the mat so you can either move into that kneeling position, meeting me in a tabletop or a high plank, or if you want to meet me in the back of your mat, we'll go ahead and move into our forward fold and then walk our hands into our high plank. If you're meeting me in the back of the mat, let's inhale those arms up, and then we'll exhale those arms down into that forward fold. And then once you're there, let's go ahead and all walk our hands to the top of the mat, and everyone meet me in a high plank position wherever you're at here. Then we'll go ahead and drop those knees down, move back into that child's pose. I'll have you slowly make your way back up. And then let's move into a total seated position on the long direction of your mat. We're going to move into some spinal twists here. So the best that you can, just start to roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. And then once you're down, go ahead and relax your head all the way down. And then we'll hug our knees into our chest and roll our hips from side to side. I'll have you pause in the center and allow the knees to drop over to the right side, opening up both of your arms, trying to keep the left shoulder on the mat the best that you can. Good. If your knees are heading over to the right, go ahead and look over to the left. Have you slowly bring those knees back into center, and we'll switch. Knees to the left, eye gaze to your right. And we'll go one more time on each side, taking your time transitioning, allowing that lower lumbar to connect to the mat when you transition from side to side. We'll go ahead and switch over to our left. And then we'll slowly bring our way back to center, and we'll bring it into our happy baby pose. So with this on your back, go ahead and grab or place your hands to grab the inside of the heels of the feet. And then from here, just play around with it. Just imagine a young baby on their back, playing with their feet as they do. There's no right or wrong way, just whatever feels good for you. And then very slowly, I'll have you start to bring one foot down to the mat at a time. And from here, we'll bring it into what I like to call the beach towel pose. So imagine you're on your beach towel. Go ahead and bring it to your forearms and your elbows, just bringing the head above the heart, making sure that you're feeling good. We're going to hang out here for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll sit up all the way. Then we'll move it back into our seated position, just as we did in the beginning of our session. Let's go ahead and grab our pen and paper as well as a sip of water. And you can relax the pen down for now and plant your hands into the lap. We're going to go ahead and stretch out the sides of our necks or our trap muscles. So have you slowly tilt your head over to the right, letting the ear drive towards the shoulder. Really relaxing the shoulders here. I'll have you gently move your head forward and back just to get just a little gentle extra pull on the side of the neck. And then when you are ready, we'll bring our eye gaze back to center, and then we'll tilt to the opposite side. Then we'll bring everything back to center and just gently roll out those shoulders. Any other neck movements that you want to add, definitely feel free to do so. Then we'll bring it back into our block breathing. So if you remember the long inhale and exhale, that number that you had, we're going to try and target that same number with a hold of 2 in between the inhale and exhale. So keeping the hands on the lap so we can really open up the chest cavity. I want you to feel the rib cage and the belly expand when you do this. When you're ready, inhale through the nose. Feel free to take a couple smaller breaths in between your bigger breaths. When you're ready, let's go again, focusing in on those longer inhales and exhales. Taking a couple smaller breaths here. On our third and final round of block breathing, I want you to take a scan of your body. So as you inhale, starting with the count of 1, just slowly count down, or up, I should say. So 1, 2, 3. And as you do this in your mind, scan the body just like we did in the beginning of our session, finding any stress or strain or just clenching in our bodies. And then when you exhale, I want you to reverse it. Exhale throughout the body, releasing that tension. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. And then when you're done, a couple neutral breaths again. And feel free to just move your way from side to side. All right, last journal prompt here. I want you to pick one word to describe how you're feeling right now. And it's okay to not overthink that one word, because we can have all kinds of words in our minds of how we're feeling, but just pick one, because you can always change it, right? As you scoot through the day, our emotions, our feelings are always evolving and changing, so you can always change that one word. Let's go ahead and sit nice and tall, and we'll place our hands heart center. I thank you so much for taking the time to join me this morning. I appreciate you, and I wish you inner peace, whichever that may look like for you, your health, and your safety, and namaste. Thank you so much again for being here. Take your time getting off of the mat, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.